know, I'm on time. It's wild. It's like I've been doing this for a while, and I know... Oh, now we have an awkward situation. I forgot. When I go live, I normally quote tweet my posts, and I'll show you guys. Oh god. Bree might actually kill me. Wait. So... when I go live, right, I normally quote tweet my own VOD linking tweet, right? Because it's the easiest way to be like, hey, here's the link to the stream, right? I forgot that today I posted the prototype thumbnail with that because I was feeling a little spicy. And now I have an interesting decision. I could quote tweet this with the with this thumbnail and have Bree murder me, which would be funny. Or I could not do that and maybe live to see another day. And I'm not entirely sure which one is better. One of them is funny, but may get me killed. One of them is less funny, but I do get to survive. Okay, well. Look, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Bree wouldn't kill me, right? 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 We'll throw whoops in there. We'll throw whoops in. Look, nothing survives the whoops. You throw the whoops in there and you are set. You throw it, just give him a little whoopsie doopsie and nothing bad happens. Bree definitely won't kill me. Probably. I love that my pin tweet is still Lopi getting no bitches. That still makes me very happy. Bree left Twitter, so honestly, as long like if none of you guys narc on me, she'll never find out. As long as nobody tells her, we're probably okay. It's a hello chat. Let's go back here. How are you guys doing today? We have shit to talk about. I am not planning on going through the entire Niji document. A lot of people have done that. It would take like an hour, and I'm not a legal fucking aficionado. We might look at some of the greatest hits, if you will. So. You have the biggest narc in your chat. Yeah, I know, Micro. You fucking tell on me to everyone. You're like, you were that kid in high school that just was like, Miss, you forgot you gave us homework. Okay, sorry about this being a day later than usual. I forgot that the UK has Mother's Day. Like, normally every other country has Mother's Day on the same day. UK has it at a different time for some fucking reason. Lopi isn't in chat. Lopi's dying. Which, you know, crab rave. I did survive. I didn't die. I just had to go to dinner. It's fine. I'll get my mum something for like normal Mother's, well, Australia Mother's Day, and it'll even out. Don't worry about it. Yo, cool. Thank you for the 10 months membership. 9 months for forgetting to turn off auto renew. I guess once Rico was panic and cancel. You just turn it off now. It's not like I do members only. I'm gonna start doing members only streams just now, just to annoy you guys. Yeah, okay, so we have news to talk about. What am I don't want to listen. I've been listening to the Avatar and Chill for the last like 4 streams. I'm gonna put on the Zelda music. Okay. So the Niji shit. You may or may not have heard about it. I can't think. I'm sorry, brain problems. So, we'll start with the Niji shit, as per usual. I said I wasn't going to talk about Niji, but then shit happened. So we'll start with the Offkai thing first. It's probably the most straightforward and easy to understand part. There's not a lot of detail that we need to go into. Hey Ghost, how you going? I and then after that is
£2
contract.
from Aiden.
Yo, Aiden, thank you for
making
super chat.
fun of Lobby might be even more cancelable.
No, Lobby has no authority to cancel me because she's not really a VTuber anymore. She doesn't count. She's dead. She died. Grab brave. Okay, so let me give you the full story. Because there was a little bit of... So, false tweet... I'll see if I can find the false tweet. I didn't bookmark the false tweet. I forgot about it. But this... Let me just scroll to it first before instead of having to scroll through 15 false tweets. Sorry, false love you. Oh my... What is that? What is that? Fan art. Yo, when did false start getting spicy fan art? Holy shit. I'm so glad I didn't scroll through this live on stream. Holy sh... Oof. Alright. Where? Okay, yeah, here it is. we went past the spicy false meme, don't worry about it. So, False tweeted this out March 4th, before anything really happened, saying, hearing of strange VTuber guest and vendor rejection from Offkai 2024, DMs are open, reach out if you wish to share. And people were confused because he seems to have obviously like clipped an email title and put it underneath the Offkai thing with Niji at the top. Which led people to being like, okay, are they being rejected for Niji? Like, is Niji causing them to reject it with all the recent drama? Like, are applicants getting rejected because of their takes? And then Offkai responded, we're deeply concerned to see the shocks of strange guests and vendor rejections and would like to assure people that Nijisanji has not influenced our guests or vendor hold decisions at any point in time. Now, I will say, False probably could have framed this a bit better. It does feel like he's implying, like, hey, Niji is causing Offkai rejections, which would be weird considering we then learned that we'll cover all the Twitter things. Oh god, we have to scroll through all of Offkai. Wait, no, I bookmarked it. I'm a professional vtuber. I've done this. I know how to bookmark it. Yeah, so Offkai tweeted this out. Oh, for fuck, I hate the new bookmark system. Cease. After thoughtful consideration, Offkai Expo believes that recent events have resulted in an environment where Ethyria appearing would not be conducive to a positive convention experience for any Color Inc.'s livers or attendees. For context, I think Niji has attended like the past few Offkais, I think. Hey girl, there you go. I'm pretty sure Niji's, at least normally when I'm giving my announcements on Niji, on Offkai, I'm like, hey, Niji is attending. I'm pretty sure Obsidia's been at one point. I think I vaguely remember that. So they're offering refunds until the 30th, and then went on, for the record, this was a decision made 2 weeks prior and has no relation to the events, today's events and misunderstandings. Thank you for your patience. So this obviously caused more people to be like, what? Because it happened to come out on the same day that false tweets that people are getting rejected. So, I don't know, man. Did Falls mean to propagate this? I'm not entirely sure. It definitely did come across a little bit like, hey, people are being rejected and it might be Niji's fault. But based on the fact that they decided that they were not having Niji there anyway, it feels weird like that would be an impact. As to, you know, it'd be weird. Why would you reject people from a convention for people that aren't even going to end up attending at your convention, right? I understand the reaching out for, because you want people to DM you and you get more sources, you get more information, kind of try and piece together what's going on. So that makes sense. I don't know if this is just an unfortunate thing. It feels targeted, like he's clipped it deliberately underneath like the Niji, you know what I mean? Like I don't know. Ugh. Anyway, so this tweet definitely could have been framed better. Offkai announcing it the day of is a very big coincidence. So people are like, did they scramble to get it out following that, or was it just really bad timing? I don't know. But some people are, this statement, when it first came out, I was like, okay, that feels weirdly, yo, Bilex, thank you for the membership. That feels weirdly circumstantial, right? Like, that, like, it would happen on the same day. And since they decided it 2 weeks ago, at first I was like, well, waiting 2 weeks to announce that you're not having guests that might be selling tickets seems scummy, but then they offer ticket refunds. It just sucks for people that might have like or been booking flights and shit, because it's not that long away. It's May, it's a few months, which if you're coming from like out the country, you're probably wanting to book tickets now soon-ish, because tickets cost a shit ton the longer you wait. So at first I was like, why did they wait so long? But then it kind of did make sense with all the Doki Bird shit going on and all the Niji shit. It makes sense not announcing it in the middle of everything and throwing fuel on the fire. Like giving it a couple weeks to cool off actually does kind of make sense, I think. Like in further, I guess, retrospect, if you throw, yeah, well, we don't know. It seems the way it's worded, it seems like Offkai is definitely like essentially dropped them and said we don't want you there. I understand that, to be fair, because okay, the livers themselves probably wouldn't even be there in person, right? Like most of the time, sometimes they are, but a lot of the time they just fucking beam themselves in because they're VTubers, right? So they might not even been there. It's more, I think, of the fact of that if you have a Niji event going on, you're probably going to get Niji fans around people that aren't Niji fans. People will probably be posting shit. If there's, I can't remember if it was a meet and greet that they were going to be a part of, or if it was just like a, I'm not entirely sure, but having them there, you're just asking for shit to go down with all of them. And also, it could just be a, honestly, I think it would have been more based if Offkai was just like, hey, we don't want to support Niji, so we're not having Niji here. I think that more people would have respected that. They would have got more shit, but they would have also probably like, Whereas with the way it went, a lot of people interpreted it as like, okay, so you can't keep people safe at your convention. So there's a, you're always going to have Niji fans that are like defending Niji and Niji antis that want them to burn to the ground. Most people thought there's, I honestly, I don't know. I've heard things about Offkai that imply to me that it might not be the best managed convention around. I've had friends and whatnot like tell me that it's not necessarily ideal as a convention, so I'm not entirely sure, but this caused a lot of people to be like, I don't know. And people were, it's weird. It was one of those like VTuber dramas that there was no clear like, there's no clear like, yeah, we side with this person, because people weren't happy that, like, there were people annoyed at Offkai for their announcement, but then people were also mad at False because he kind of made this very speculative tweet. Interested to see how well Expo does in Birmingham. I should be attending that, actually. They offered me a panel back at the end of last year. I had to turn them down because I wasn't sure if I was going to be in the country. I was actually debating at the time whether I was going to fly back to Australia to finish my degree. So I was like, hey, I can't commit to, doing a panel in, mid 2024. I don't even know if I'll be on the continent, so I can't commit to that. Turns out I am going to be here, so I'm going to be able to go, but I won't be having a panel. I'm just going to be there, which is cool. I don't know. It's my first ever convention, but the fact that it's in the UK is helpful, so I don't know. I'll be there. If any of you guys are going, like, I'm planning on wearing like fucking a crescent moon hat or something, and then if you see me, you can come up and talk to me if you want. I don't know if you'd want to. I don't know. I don't know that I'm that important of a conversationalist, but if you do wish to talk to me or something, you feel free. I'm not planning on doing like a meet and greet at any of the events, just because I don't think there's that many people that would like be like, oh, I'm gonna be the newsman. But if you do see me around, feel free. I'm not 4 feet tall. Maybe wearing my Lopi jacket. Okay, I'll look for the Lopi jackets. I'm not going to see my immersion like that. If you, I mean, you don't have to come up and talk to me. You could just ignore me. But yeah, I don't know. They reached out to me at the end of last year, so I've seen like the Expo like plan and whatnot. It looks like it's being pretty well managed. They've got quite a few good guests going. It looks like it's going to be good, but I won't be able to tell you till I go there. I'm planning on maybe, because I know it's not an American convention. I know that a lot of the typical content creators may not be going. I'm not planning on streaming because I don't want to do IRL streams, but I might like have tweets and pictures and shit put out on Twitter to see, let you guys know what it's like if you're interested, because it is like the first European VTuber convention. So unfortunately I already live in Britain, so it's not really a choice. I'm just here. Unfortunately, I might as well go to the anime person convention while I'm here. Yeah, it does feel like the Offkai drama was a long time ago. It always happens when I post on a Monday though, and something happened at the beginning of the week though. We're like, wait, this was this week? Also, bro, fucking Do you know what I found out? It's cheaper for me to get a flight to Birmingham than a train. I'm on the same landmass. Like, Birmingham is like maybe like an 8-hour drive, and I was like, okay, a train, surely, you hop on a train, like, that must be faster than like, you fly, you're defying physics and God, and you're just ascending into the ethereal plane to teleport yourself, like, miles away. Right? And so, in my head, I'm like, okay, surely hopping on a train and fucking getting railed over there is faster and cheaper, because, like, of course it should be. But no, not at all. It is, like, triple the cost to get there on train as opposed to flying, which doesn't make any sense. Like, physics-wise, doesn't make... We've had trains for, like, ever, but, like, I don't know. I don't understand. That doesn't make sense to me. So I'll probably be flying, which feels weird, but... Anyway, so yeah. OffKai, I don't know. I have some friends that are going to OffKai. I'm going to ask them to, like, let me know how it goes. I really wanted to... I have a lot of friends that are going to, like, American conventions. And I honestly would like to go. Like, I know there's some of my friends are going to, like, WeebCon, some are going to, like, OffKai, TwitchCon, that kind of shit. I want to go, because I want to go and, like, meet people and hang out with my friends and stuff, but, like, the cost of flying to America is ludicrous right now, so... Maybe next year, I don't know. I might... If I'm able to next year, I might, like, do, like, a donathon or something beforehand to maybe try and raise money for it. I hate asking for money. Did you guys see Elia had her donathon? It went really, really well. It went so well. I was so happy for her. I actually did a phone-in that I may have slept in for and had to reschedule, but that was on me. But yeah, she had such a good fucking birthday donathon. Like, bro, I'm sure it's like 80 grand or something like that. It was wild. Elia's fans are absolutely nutty. It was incredible. I tuned in. She'd been live for an hour, and I think she was already crying. And I was like, "Oh, it's going well then." But yeah, so I don't know. Next year, I might try and fly out to America and see if I can go to some of the conventions, depending on how this one in Britain goes. If you're allowed in, Nisagi got he got a visa to America rejected. I don't know how tourism works, I'm gonna be honest. I've been to America before, though. I didn't really have any issues, although I was a child then. Sorry, it's not really a tangent. We're talking about conventions, which is what this story is about. We're just talking about different conventions. But yeah, next year, I really wish I could... I want to go. I want to meet people. It's cool. I always see, like, all the posts and shit come out from conventions. I'm like, that looks fun. It's a shame I'm on the wrong continent. Anyway. So, yeah, I don't know. This isn't the biggest Niji news that came out this week. This is just the easiest to explain. They're not an OffKai. The wildest thing was the contract. So, Warner's been randomly attacking Ruby stuff since the announcement. Really? I mean, fuck, bro. All of my streams get demonetized immediately. It doesn't matter. Like, it truly, like, I could show you. If I go to my channel, all of my live streams are demonetized. It is not a consideration. Like, okay, let me show you. I hope there's nothing doxing on this fucking thingy, but this is my live stream page. This one's still monetized so far. But no, like, there's one monetized stream, another monetized stream back with false. There's another one. It is just literally all, so I do not care. It doesn't matter. Kiki showed porn on it. Of course she did. I mean, it's Kiki. That's par for the course. Anyway, yeah. Let me pull up so with the Doki Bird or the limited adult copyright. I don't know. I don't even look anymore. Like, honestly, I don't run ads. YouTube right now is like, focus on your live stream and let YouTube insert ad free. I just disable it. I don't want ads run. They're fucking cringe. I hate ads. I don't want you guys watching ads. I don't really dishing them out, so I don't actually care that it's demonetized. I don't know why. Probably copyright. Probably because I say cunt and fuck and I don't know. Jet fuel can't melt steel beams or some shit, and YouTube's like, no. So around the Doki Bird stuff, right? When all that was happening with Solon, we had a lawyer kind of throw us out in the VTuber ring called Legal Mindset, who kind of essentially reviewed a lot of the situation that was going on and gave his kind of legal opinion. He's not a Japanese lawyer, he's an American one, but he kind of weighed in on like typical law, you know, practices. And now I think he's collabed with like False and like Nasagi and like Rima. So he's been around. And he got his hands on 2 contracts. See if I can find it. So he got his hands on 2 contracts. One we know came from Zion, right? She, I believe, confirmed that. The other, we don't know where he got it from. One was apparently a talent contract, essentially the contract that talents would have to sign, and the other one was a contract in which Zion was pressured to sign like basically a silencing contract, so she wouldn't be able to refute a lot of things they were saying in if you remember back when Zion got kicked, like fucking shafted by Niji, and they dropped that entire document of bullet points of like, yeah, fuck this girl, and there was the whole D's nuts thing. We should have known back then. I mean, we kind of did. Everybody at the time, people thought it was a scummy fucking thing to do, and now we're like, yeah. Which, by the way, from what I remember, I mean, we'll get into that later, but so you got that, which we know where that came from. We don't know where the contract thing from. So here's the stream. So he got it. He went through the whole thing. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. 1, because I'm not a lawyer, so my opinion is like entirely irrelevant. And 2, because I mean, False had a video where he basically clipped the stream and showed a bunch of highlights. I think Nasagi has went through it. Kyo's probably, everybody's went through it by now. You don't need to see my fucking take on everything. I might show you guys some of the highlights though. Some of the hit tweets or the hit moments in it that are kind of wild. Let me see if I can find it. Let's go past all the fucking all the nuclear physics that I was watching. Yeah, False does have a video on his channel. It's like 45 minutes long. That is like basically clips from the stream, or you could just watch the stream. I don't know. So I will also like to remind people to like, there were some things in that contract that to me seemed insane, and we'll get to them. There are also things that seemed like not entirely weird for a contract to have. And I think one of the big things that's going on in VTubing and in Twitter is like everybody's pointing those kind of things out and being like, whoa, look how wild this is. When I'm not 100% sure that I'm like, I don't know, it seems like you don't have to go after everything, right? Like you can hit the bad shit and not... It's one of those things where like whenever Niji fucks up, people go for the throat and tear everything apart. And it's like, you don't have to. You can fuck them over by targeting the actual things. You don't have to like start... You don't have to start ripping everything. Be like, oh my, because there was something, yeah, like where he, I mean, again, I'm not a lawyer, so my opinion is not as relevant as his, but there was a thing where I believe the contract was like, you will do these activities where, you know, we dictate, which to me was like, okay, you'll do them on the channel, we dictate, but the lawyer said that that was them apparently able to relocate you, basically demand that you move to a different country, which may just be me misreading the contract. It's entirely possible because, again, I'm kind of an idiot, but I'm not entirely sure. Let me see. But yeah, so, I mean, I have it. I don't want to fucking... I'm just making sure that this Google Doc doesn't docs me or anything. I mean, it has docs at the top left, but that's maybe just because the file format is called docs. And it's fucking white. Wait, does Dark Reader work in this? Please tell me Dark Reader works in this. Oh, thank God. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Ugh. No, yeah, a lot of it to me was normal for a contract, but there was shit in it that was... So, the big takeaway, and by the way, massive grain of salt, I don't know where this contract came from. I don't know who... I mean, with it happening at the same time that Sayu sent her contract in, it could be related, but we don't know. And obviously nobody's going to come forward and admit it, because that's just fucking asking for trouble. But at the time, at least according to me, I've not seen anyone be like, hey, this came from this person, hey, this came from this person, or anything. Micro, don't time people out for saying documents should be white. They're wrong, but they're allowed to be wrong. It's a free country. I I take everything with a grain of salt unless I can prove it, right? Basically, unless I have a full like documentation of where a document came from, I'm going to treat everything with a grain of salt. That being said, it does seem like it's a lot of work to put in to a fake, but it's not impossible. Therefore, you know, I'm hesitant to be like, yes, this is the Nijisanji contract, and yes, you should be angry. And I just want you to temper it a little bit and always keep in the back of the mind that, hey, we don't know where this thing came from. I'm not a Niji simp. I'm not a Niji defender. I'm not someone that's going to fucking stand on the hill and be like, no. But I'm also not just going to immediately sell it as if I know where it came from. Okay, so just keep in the back of your mind that this thing, it kind of just spawned out the ether. Could be from a very reliable source. It could be made up by someone who claims to be a reliable source. It could have been gotten through a third party that claims that it's real. We don't know, right? That being said, there was a lot of shit in here. The biggest takeaway, right, that I noticed, if it is real, is that 100% this is an employment contract. This is not a freelance contract. This is not a, because one of the big debates in VTubing, right, and VTuber agencies that we've had, right, is, are VTuber agencies, when they hire someone, are they hiring them as an employee or are they hiring them as a subcontractor, right? Where there's a bit of legal difference in terms of what your rights are, what can be put in the contract, the company's obligations to you as an employee. And from what we can see in this is very much an employment contract. It has so much. Okay, first of all, it is very restrictive. This thing is holding a gun to whoever signs its head. Yeah, if you ask me, I'm leaning towards this being real because it is very, very hyper specific and very, very detailed, and it is not only a lot of work but also a lot of, like, you need to know a fair amount about like Japanese contract writing in order to write it. But at the same time, like, there are parts of this that feel like they were written incompetently. Is that Niji being? I don't know. I would be leaning towards it being real, but without knowing where it came from, I can't confirm. But there's so much gun to the head here, right? Of things you can't do, things you can't say, things that, there's a part where it's like compensation, and it's like, hey, if you break the contract, we will either take another 50% of your compensation from the month, or we will take all of the compensation from the last 12 months. Just, hey Rima, how you going? We're not going, don't worry, we're not, you don't have to read the contract again, we're not going through it all, I'm not smart enough to do that. The big thing was, like, so they will just yoink all of your money. There was a lot of stuff about that for money where talents aren't compensated. They're not pre-compensated. They're not given money beforehand. They are, like, they have to submit an invoice within like 30 days. There was this whole prohibited actions section telling you what you can and can't do. There's a bit at the bottom that's like survival, which survival I believe is like oh yeah, here's the silencing contract. The surviving provisions, which is the following provisions shall survive and continue to be effective after the termination of the agreement. Article 1, 3, 4, 5, 10, paragraph 4 and 5, Article 11. So basically, like, the bulk of the contract is maintained after the termination of the agreement, which I don't think, like, I know there are some terms that are like lifelong, like if you agree to this and you earn privileged information through it, you can't then just break the contract and you're free to go. Like, there's still shit that you, but this is a lot. This is like the bulk of the contract is like, yeah, we're still gonna just do this after it. There was also a non-compete at the bottom. If you want this, I did link it, the Google Doc in the short. It's probably, I don't know if I want to post it in chat. I don't know. Well, if you want to read it yourself, there's a link in the description of the short that you can go to, and it will bring you here. There was also the acceptance thing. Basically, it detailed. It was like, was it accept? It was like 14 days or something. Because I read through it myself. It's just, yeah, here it is. In the event that Party A amends this agreement, Party A shall notify Party B in writing of the details of the amendments. In the event Party B does not object to any amendments in the terms of this agreement within 14 days after the notice pursuant to the preceding paragraph, or basically, if you, the same shall apply if Party B conducts any activity under this program being VTuber employment, right? So basically, if we amend the statement, you have 14 days to say no, or you are kind of implied to have said yes, which I don't think is how any sort of contractual consent is. I think, or at least in my dealings with, I mean, I haven't had the most dealings with contracts in the real world. I've had a few as an adult, but from what I know, most amendments typically require like a sitting down and signing and shit. Like, you have to like reconfirm. You can't just add shit onto a contract and keep using the same signature. Like that, I don't think that's how contracts work. You can't add something to a contract without another written confirmation of acceptance into a contract. Not to mention, not only is it 14 days, it's also if you conduct any activity under the program within the same period. So there's no confirmation of like after reading or after seeing. So if you get this written notice and you don't respond to it, you don't see it, and you tweet as a VTuber, you go live on YouTube, you probably, even if you collab, right, you're accepting it. It doesn't matter what it is, which I don't think is legal. I just, again, I'm not a lawyer. I'm definitely not a Japanese lawyer, but I don't think that's how contracts work in my short experience. There was also like a non-compete at the bottom somewhere where it was like basically for 6 months after the termination of this contract, you will not pursue any activities as a VTuber for a third party, which without acceptance from us, right? Which basically means you can't join another agency, which is interesting if real, because Nina and Mr. obviously ended up joining vshojo. Whether that's yeah, if you, oh fuck, Lopi, are you meant to be dead? You were dying earlier. Can you go back to that? You should. But yeah, no, this, if real, there's so much shit in this contract that is just complete bullshit. I would recommend, if you want to know a full summary of it, watching the false video that is just clips from it, or watching the full mindset stream. Probably a solid bet. I'm not the go-to man for fucking contract law. I studied physics, man. If there's ever like a nuclear fission breakout for VTubers, I'm your guy. If you ever need like I don't know, a consultation about the ways we treat cancer, I'm your guy. Contract law, I'm not really your guy. That ain't me, chief. But yeah, that false video has like the main oh yeah, there's also the ownership of rights thing that was like, if you basically obtain copyrighted goods under your VTuber persona, we own that and we can use that without crediting you, even if we didn't pay for it, which is wild. How do you split a VTuber's atoms? You force them to DM someone for a collab and they will just decombust. Pippa obtained a nuke. Pippa probably has a nuke in her back garden. She's American, right? You guys have that shit just going in your back closets. You've got a little demon core. Just a little silly as a treat. So yeah, there was a lot here. A lot of it was also really weirdly worded as well. It really vaguely, like, the thing that annoyed me the most about it, honestly, was that it uses a combination of such legal bullshit terms that the average person reads and is like, what the fuck do you mean by that? But then it also has like really vague language that doesn't make sense. Now, somebody pointed out that it is very likely a Japanese to English translation based on the wording and shit, which might be why. But like, you have shit like, in the event that there's an act of betrayal against Party A is Nijisanji, Party B is the person signing. In the event that there's an act of betrayal against Party A or an act against public order and morals, then Party A determines it is unreasonable to continue the contractual. What is an act of betrayal? This is basically, in the event any of the following events arises, then without needing any kind of notice from Niji, whatever, they can terminate the agreement, right? And then in the event that terminates the agreement because of one of these things, they may demand that the live or deliver the deliverables that have been completed or in the process of being completed. The exercise of the right of termination pursuant to Party A shall not preclude the exercise of this right of Party A to make a demand against Party B for compensation of damages. What is a betrayal? I don't know what that means. that doesn't... I would... There was so much shit in this agreement, man. There was the amendments thing. There was also exclusion. Oh yeah, there was this whole section that was like, we're not part of an organized crime group. Each party hereby represents someone who's currently not an organized crime group, a group affiliated to an organized crime group, a group that carries out activities that are contrary to the public welfare. I don't think you have to claim that you're not part of a crime group. It's like claiming you're not a murderer when you meet someone. It's like, hey, just so you know, not a murderer. Like, that's more suspicious than anything. I don't think you have to do that. What the fuck is this? Just so you know, we're not the Yakuza. Just, apparently that's normal, they have to do that. That's so wild. You just, like, I think surely the default assumption is you're not a part of a criminal. Like, who is signing a law agreement? It's like, oh yeah, sorry, I am part of the Yakuza. I'm just, like... I also love the idea that like someone who is part of an organized crime group is just unable to lie. They might be murdering, they might be trafficking coke, but they would never commit forgery. Like, sorry, I had to crack my neck. Oh my god. I think because if they later find out you're a Yakuza, then immediately dissolves the contract. But surely if you find out you're committing crimes, then most contracts are useless anyway because you're breaking the law. Why would you obey a contract while breaking? I don't know. I'm not a VTuber. Wouldn't it be fraud, not forgery? Yeah, it would be fraud, not forgery. My bad. Again, I don't know laws. There was another big pit. There was the non-compete. There was the compensation. This was the compensation bit, like 50% of the consideration, which I think is the amount that you're due. And then the event party B breaches the provisions in Article 15, paragraph 4. Party A may demand penalty up to the higher of the following amounts. Total consideration received pursuant to the provisions during the month, so basically whilst you were breaching, or in the time 12 months prior. And I think this is here in case you break the agreement like immediately. Like I think if you broke it within the first month, they can claim that first month. But if you broke it a year into it, they can claim your entire previous year. And I don't know. There's a lot of, hey, we can fuck you over if you break this. Which again, this is one of the things that people were acting like it was completely abhorrent. I will say the amount seems a much, like, I don't know that. Again, I'm not a lawyer, but is that allowed? Can you scale a consideration, like a compensation amount, to the amount of money someone makes from the contract? Is that a thing? Can you be like, hey, you will pay us 50% of everything you earned, or all of it? Can you just take someone's entire money? Like, if that's what they're living off of, chances are they're spending it on like food and drink. Can you just put someone immediately into like $100,000 of debt because like they broke a contract? Or is it, I don't know. It feels weird, especially, yeah, again, as an employee, you have labor rights, right? But this is, I don't know, this is a weird combination of, hey, you're our bitch, but also you're employed by us, so you can't seek out other employment. There's a fucking non-compete. But so there was that whole bullshit as well. But again, having a monetary, like, there were some people on Twitter I saw acting like, oh, they would take your money. Like, having a monetary consequence for breaking a contract is pretty normal. It's how contracts are a lot of the time enforced, is like through a fine. But can you do that, like taking all the money they earned at the job? I feel like that's not like on. I don't think you can just take someone's entire fucking like living wage from the last year. Like the last year, just every piece of, like, especially if you're a Niji VTuber as your main job, you're not working anywhere else, that is all your income for a year that you've, not all the income you have, all the income you've ever spent, which means if you've spent it on like living, as living costs money, you just are now in debt for however much it cost you to live for the last year. It feels, again, there's a lot of shit in here that is like fear tactics. There was I think this might have been in the second contract, where it was basically, You will not put, yeah, this was definitely in the second contract. The second contract was the one that we know came from Sayu or Zion that was about like, hey, during the whole termination thing, it was their terms for agreeing to mutual part. So, and I think it was kind of bullshit in the end of it because they ended up flaming fucking slandering Zion anyway. But it basically said that in return for, you know, not making this a mutual like parting, we want this, and one of them was like, you will not, even if the contract falls apart, you will not pursue legal or criminal charges. And it's like, you can't write that in a contract. You can't just have in the contract, you will not pursue criminal charges against us. Criminal charges means you've broke the law. You can't just write in a contract, hey, if we break the law, you can't do anything. That's not how the law works. Like, hey Gonzo, how you going? You can't just be like, yo, if we kill your whole family, you're not allowed to take us to court. Not how it works. It doesn't matter how many written consent forms you get. You can't commit a criminal act. I don't care how many pieces of paper you have. It's not a thing you can do. Like, you can't... I don't like the idea of like, Your Honor, he told me it was okay to kill him. He signed it. Yeah, you can't... Like, I think you might be able to for civil cases where somebody's claiming like damages. You can sign away your rights to like claim damages. You can sign away your rights to like pursuing civil cases. I don't know. You definitely can't do it for criminal though. Criminal is like murder, theft, larceny. Like, you can't just write that off. Even that, yeah, well, there's certain like inherent rights I believe you have, like no matter what you sign, you can't sign away. Like civil, even there's some civil rights that I think you can't like physically like sign away. I mean, even the most like, from what I know, even the most like fucking like sturdy of contracts, there's always a way that you could argue that like, you signed it under duress, which was the big thing for the Zion contract. So I mean, okay, there was a whole thing of like training, obligation to cooperate. Oh yeah, this one was weird. Provision of information. Party B shall provide Part A. So Part B, the liver, shall provide Niji with certain information, hereinafter referred to as information requested by Part A. Part B shall not conduct veto activities without providing the information in accordance with provision in paragraph 1. Shall not provide false information. Event the information provided Part A in accordance with provision in paragraph 1 is amended, Part B should immediately provide Part A with the amended information. Part B should submit to Part A materials to prove the information. What is the information? You see what I mean about like it uses so much legal language but then doesn't define shit? There's no definitions in here. What information? You can't just demand, you can't make someone sign a contract that is, you will tell us anything. What if it's like private information? What if it's information that isn't relevant? You can't just as a company be like, yeah, if we want to know something, we will demand to know it. Like where's the limit? Can the CEO just hit up someone and be like, yo, are you doing marijuana right now? And like demand to know, like can they demand their full like fucking how much is in their bank account? Like there are certain civil rights that you have that can't, you have the right to private information, and you, I don't know, man. This is why I was up in the air. Like, is this real? Because it feels like this is the kind of shit that a lawyer would know is bullshit, right? At least according to my knowledge. I'm not a lawyer, but like it feels like this is the kind of thing that any lawyer would look at and be like, no, that's not. You can't just say we can demand information and get it. But then, so is it real or is it a fake? I don't know. Who is signing this as well? That's another thing. Like, that's another thing that is in my mind of like, okay, like why, like, because it's not like Niji livers are dumb in any way, shape or form. Like, it's not like they're idiots and they don't know what they're doing. That most of them probably got legal contact. By the way, if you're ever considering signing for a vtuber agency, get legal consultation before you sign your life away. This contract, for example, is for a period of 2 years. 2 years of your life and potentially a whole year of income. For the love of God, get some legal advice. Please. Like, please, for the love of God, talk to any lawyer. Who is signing this contract? Who is looking at this and being like, yeah, this seems reasonable? Consideration, they agreed to pay like, I think it's like 1,300 USD, 200,000 yen, for, basically they can say it's necessary to buy this for my VTubing activities, and they provide 1,300 yen. This is defining the content. There was a lot of people that were like, oh, are we going to see the 2%? Are we going to see the 2%? There was a big section, I can't remember where it is. It was basically like, you know, the amount that you earn, the amount from merch, the amount from this is all defined separately, right? Basically, this is a separate issue that is labeled elsewhere, not here. So that's not here. This is a silencing contract. The silencing contract, basically Zion said that, Sayu said that she was given 3 hours in order to, she posted screenshots as well. She was given initially 1 hour, where she was basically sent a contract and then asked to sign it. This was during the whole termination thing, where basically they were like, if you want this to be a mutual leaving, you have to sign this. She was like, I can't sign it, and also, I can't remember the exact wording she used, but it was basically like, you know, you're asking me not to say anything, but from what it looks like, you're still going to be posting this slanderous information. All this contract is doing is stopping me from telling my side of the story and defending myself, which isn't fair. And only giving, I think, again, I'm not a lawyer. I'm going to keep saying that, and I feel like it's my defense statement against anyone, but that's wrong. But like, yeah, I don't know, but I think, off the top of my head, my sister does have a law degree, so I've learned a few things through osmosis of her, like being like, she got a law degree and then went into criminal forensics, like psychology. I think it's forensic psychology. I can't remember the exact word, but she's in that whole system. And I think there's a thing called like duress, right? Where basically, if you can prove somebody signed something under duress, if you can prove that they were if they were pressured, if they were not in a sort of reasonable state of mind, you can basically null and void a contract, right? From what I understand, like if you can prove someone signed or did or agreed to something in a state of mind where they were pressured or forced or blackmailed or anything like that, it can basically null and void the contract. And giving someone an hour to sign a contract is definitely the definition. Like basically saying, if you don't sign this in an hour, we are going to post this with it. That is the definition of duress, I think. Like, I think pretty much anyone would consider. I don't think you can do that. I don't think you can basically send this off and be like, hey, sign this in an hour or we'll do that. I don't think that's legal, but the lawyer in the stream did say that it was duress, so if he thinks it's duress, I'm inclined to believe it is. It seems like it to me. But there was shit down the bottom of like, agreement to terminate date March 10th, provisions set for an article. So this is, I think this is Article 28 of the agreement. I think this is referring to the original document. Wait, is this? Because I watched the full stream for the legal document. I only saw brief mentions of the Zion document. Wait, is the Zion document referencing the first document? Because it says here, provisions set forth in Article 28 of the agreement shall survive in the termination of the agreement. It doesn't look like that. Is that referencing like Article 28 here, like surviving provisions? Because if so, it does give more credence to this document here, because we know for a fact that past Niji Live or Zion submitted the second document. So we have like an order of, what's it called? I can't remember the term for it, but we have like a established like ownership, which means that if this second contract is referencing the first one, it would give it a bit more credence. But I'm not 100% sure if it is. The contract template got confirmed by the fact that we got more documents that are actually from Niji reference a part of it. Are we? Did we? I didn't see those. But if this is referencing the agreement in Article 28, which it doesn't feel like it's referencing the silencing agreement, because I believe that only went up to Article 6. If it is, it gives more credence to the original document, which I was a bit hesitant on, because if the document that we know came from a Niji Liver references the document that we don't know where it came from and seems to line up, then it gives more credence. Also, although it does, remember, also open up to the fact that maybe both documents were submitted by Zion. She maybe submitted both of them and maybe just didn't claim the first one because it's a bit more potential. Like the second contract, I think for most people is null and void. Like the fucking liquidation clause at the end, basically, I think would null and void the entire contract anyway. The duress thing would probably, so she's probably fine for art. This contract is probably not worth the fucking paper it was typed on. Probably wasn't actually printed out, so nothing. So, but maybe the first contract is a bit more like airtight and has more established roles and clauses and whatnot, and so she might not want to claim the first one, but is willing to claim the second one. I don't know. But no, this liquidation clause, Party A and Party B, which is the same as before, mutually confirm that there are no claims or obligations other than those set forth in this agreement between Party A, including officers and employees, and Party B with respect to the subject matter hereof. Confirm that they will not make any claim, including a claim disputing the validity of the termination of this MOU, demand, file any lawsuit or other dispute resolution procedure, civil or criminal, against the other party. Again, it's not how criminal law works. You can't just decide, like, you can't charge us with anything. So there's also the one that was like, neither Party A nor Party B shall slander or defame the other party. Slanders and defamatory acts stipulated in the preceding paragraphs shall include any act by which Party B agrees with or encourages words or actions that undermine the social credibility of Party A or the virtual livers that belong to Party A. Which was pointed out, that could just mean like liking a tweet, like agrees with or encourages, or so basically anything. Like if you say on stream like, haha, Niji bad, like you could in a certain world believe that maybe that was encouraging. There was also something, I think it was in the first contract, that was like it was basically like if you have a disagreement with another virtual liver, it is your responsibility and not the responsibility of the company to resolve it. You're on your own, kind of thing. And also there was a thing that was like if third parties try and claim or strike, or you know, resources you use through a third party end up claiming against you, the company isn't responsible for that. You're on your own. The biggest takeaway, again, if you want a full dissection, you should go watch that false video or the full legal mindset stream, or I think there's a Reddit thread summarizing it, there's a Twitter thread summarizing the Reddit thread. The big takeaway, right, is that Niji in this contract, I have seen the artist stuff as well, yes, I have seen that. The contract basically says, we are not due you anything, you're not guaranteed any money, you're not really guaranteed any support, we can take all your money. If you have issues with a third party, we're not obligated to step in and help you. If you have issues with getting copyright struck, we're not obligated to send in and help you. You can't work for a third party after leaving for 6 months. There's a non-compete. It seems like they don't promise anything except the original like model, but demand basically, it's like a full employment contract with none of the actual guarantees and rights that an employee would have, right? Like in a normal company, this isn't contract law, this is just workplace. In a normal company, if you have like a real disagreement with a fellow employee, if there's like harassment going on or something, the company is obligated to mitigate that, whether that be by stepping in, separating them. Companies aren't allowed to just have you in a hostile workplace, right? Like if you're feeling harassed, that's why HR is a thing and you can submit a complaint and fucking there's a whole chain of command. And like there is a like obligation in most companies to give you a reasonably safe working environment. Now, depending on where you live, and again, this might not be the case in Japan, this is Japanese law, not British, but most companies I've ever worked with have had like a HR department and had a place that you can go and like complain. And if there are real complaints, most HR departments may not be ideal, but there is still a chain of command you can follow and certain expectations you can have for a decent level of working comfort. You can't just be like, we're not liable, and then also again, it says higher up that basically there's no guaranteed salary, you're not guaranteed any amount of money. So yo, see you later concept. If you sign with this, you get given nothing, you're due nothing, you get no protection from the company, you get no legal defense, they are not going to help you with internal or external disputes, you won't be allowed to go work for another agency for 6 months afterwards unless they let you. They could take 12 months of your previous wages with them and put you in debt, and you get nothing for it. Like you basically get fuck all. You get told to go fuck yourself. Like there's no obligation by Niji to actually give you any sort of like reasonable treatment. It's a wild contract. I don't know why anyone would sign it. It is literally just for the clout. Like, you were literally signing this to try and get the fucking the Niji clout and the Niji views, which by the way isn't even really a guarantee anymore because they're pumping out livers like they're fucking hotcakes, right? Like, every new generation of Niji gets lower and lower viewership, not because the talents are bad. It's 100% not the talents. It's just when you see the same thing in like Niji JP. You have like a million fucking talents, and like it gets to the point where you just physically as a viewer can't keep up with all of them, right? And rather than giving a lot of attention and care to each new gen and like making sure that they are very well situated, and like look at how hololive does it, right? Hololive had new gen EN gen come out, solidified them. EN gen came out, solidified them. Holostars came out, Holostars EN, and they completely focused on that. Didn't release a new EN girl gen for fucking ages. Like it was like 3 years or something, right? And then once Holostars had its members, they went back and they focused on a new, like, they very much focus on a gen, give them a lot of shit, give them a lot of support, and let them do a lot of cool stuff. And then once they've solidified themselves in their viewership and they're more comfortable, they move on to the next and then the next. Whereas Niji just seems to be like, yo, gen. And thankfully they've not been, it's been 6 months since the last one, so hopefully they're slowing down, probably because of all the controversy, but I don't know. I wouldn't join Niji at this point. A lot of people would though. A lot of people would still sign this. I think people underestimate like a lot of people think, oh, nobody would ever sign this. A lot of people still would, because hey, if you can get into Niji, you're probably like, that is the one thing that this gets you, is that if you get into Niji and then you have like a termination or you get fired or whatever, you have like a decent jumping off point for an audience. But is it worth it? I don't know, man. The threat of losing all of your... I feel like the best play would be to go in and like break it within like a month so that they can take like a month worth of your contract, but you get that exposure and you dip. Like, if I was I wouldn't. No agency would ever hire me for starters, because like, why would you hire the news? But if I was going to join an agency, I would immediately just jump in, say some wild shit, get kicked out, fucking milk that termination clout. What are they going to take from me? Oh, you're going to take my last month worth of money under you? I graduated within a week, bitch. That's like $2. I'm not even monetized yet. Fuck you. I understand that this is probably not a good legal opinion. This isn't my advice to you, by the way. Like, don't do that. There's probably a million reasons why breaking a contract intentionally and knowingly is probably a criminal. It's probably a bad thing. It's probably a bad. You probably can get in trouble for it. That being said, this contract seems unenforceable as fuck. I don't know how Niji would even enforce this contract on you if you were in America and they were in Japan. Are you gonna fly over there? Probably not. Like, what is? It's probably not worth it monetarily for them to pursue it. So what the fuck are they gonna do? You know? Oh. Someone needs to do like a psyop of the Nijisanji application process, where you go from like, it would need to be someone, the problem is it would need to be someone respected and like well known enough that they have a chance of getting through the Nijisanji application, but also willing to fucking completely burn all the bridges by releasing that shit. But it'd be funny if somebody like basically had like a GoPro strapped to their head for the entire application process. Just show what it's like, show what they ask you to do. Yeah, that wasn't it Wactor that was like, you're going to fly to Thailand so we can sue you. There are people like that, I don't know. It'd be kind of wild. Anyway, yeah, this was a thing. And if you want a full legal thing, go watch the stream or watch Foss's video. I went on for longer than I intended to. It was never meant to be like, oh, here's a legal dissection, because I don't have the qualifications for that. Although, there is something I legitimately got fucking pissed off about today. That legitimately annoyed me when I saw it on Twitter. You might see it because it's kind of trending. Garla got into some fucking issues. I was going to tweet about it, and then I was like, oh, I don't want to tweet about it, because I don't want to. I'm so tired of drama now that I'm kind of leaning away from fucking I tweeted once this week about the drama like that, and that's enough for me. But there's a thing going around of Cleo posted a thing. It was basically, from what I could see, it was one guy that posted the clip that went kind of everybody was referencing to, right? It was basically one person. It wasn't one person starting it, but this tweet I think kind of was the big spiraling point where people were like, you know, replying to it and quote tweeting it. Essentially, I mean, I could probably just play it. Essentially, Scarlett did a stream where it was like a hand cam stream where she was eating all the different cakes from Starbucks, right? She's in Japan. And it was meant to be a stream. She's kind of went through it like most Niji members has, and she was just going to be a chill hand cam stream where she eats cakes and talks about Starbucks, right? Now, if you don't know, this kind of got brought up a few weeks ago. I think it was with Ver, if I remember off the top of my head, responding to a McDonald's tweet. I think it was Ver. I can't remember. But a Niji member basically like responded to her quote tweet or something in a McDonald's tweet, and people, was it Vanta? Sorry, I swear Ver also had something recently, but yeah, so sorry, Vanta. Basically responding to a McDonald's tweet, and apparently there's a blacklist going around of companies not to support because they are in some way or another contributing to the whole Palestine thing going on. If you've not lived under a rock for the past year, you probably know what the fuck is going on. Yeah, the Gaza genocide thing, right? Saying it like that is so dismissive, I know, but I'm not educated enough to word it a different way. There's apparently like a blacklist going on, and fucking don't support this company, don't support that company. Starbucks is apparently on there, McDonald's is apparently on there. I think Niji had an official collab with McDonald's as well, which that raises a whole fucking can of worms, right? Like, if you support Niji, who is supporting McDonald's, like, are you supporting the like, how far does how many degrees is separate? Oh, it was Albin as well had one. I saw the Albin one as well. That was a few weeks ago. But there's this blacklist going on, and so someone came into Scarlett's stream, and Scarlett has like most agency VTubers, like most VTubers, has a rule that was basically like no politics, right? Now, the tweet I was going to make, and I didn't end up making because I didn't want to, I didn't want to fucking stir shit, right? The tweet I wanted to make was going to be like, hey, the no politics rule isn't just don't talk about which election candidate you want. The no politics rule exists as a way for streamers to not have to talk about really, really heavy subjects that might get them in trouble or might cause arguments or fighting or overly complicated discussions about issues that they're not educated in. Because here's this fun fact about streaming. You're going to put your foot in your mouth. It happens. The natural response of anyone when they see a chat, comment or something is to have an opinion and form it and speak it, right? And when that happens about normal shit like game design or something and you have a dumb take, people are like, ha, dumb take, and point and laugh, right? But if you have that about like a political issue, you're going to get some shit for it because you might be wrong or you might be divisive, you might split down the fucking party line or whatever. So the no politics rule is to avoid conversations like that, regardless of how worthy of a, you know, discussion, debate it might be, regardless of how not an argument the conversation is, regardless of how implied your opinion should be about it, whatever. It exists to skip over that argument entirely, because especially doubly so for agency VTubers whose words and actions could be taken as the words and actions of the company, it is meant to avoid that whole thing by being just a blanket rule of, hey, we're not doing this, right? And someone came into Scholarstream and basically...
Out of my chat, I don't know, bro. Please keep your politics out of my chat.
She said that.
I'm gonna time you out. I don't know, bro. Don't further. I'm just enjoying my time in Japan, okay? So fuck off with that.
And she said, like, don't kill the vibe, right? And yeah, that's valid. Like, because basically the big thing that you saw people saying was like, don't call genocide politics, dude. Completely missing the entire fucking spirit of the rule. Like, I don't know if, I mean, I think he says, yeah, he's a minor in his fucking Twitter bio, so he's probably like 12. But I don't know if he ever like did debate club in high school or what, but like there's a thing called like the spirit of the rule, right? Which is maybe not the rule in strict written format, but is the basically the underlying implication of the rule. The underlying implication of no politics is, hey, no heavy topics unless I start them that might get me in trouble or might cause drama, right? So yes, genocide, you could... I mean, I'd argue it's still politics. It's still a political issue. It's in the fucking debates every other week. But even if it's not strictly under that definition, even if you pull out the fucking Merriam-Webster dictionary and you're like, it's under the same blanket. It's the same fucking idea. The rule exists for the reason of not engaging in content like that and not getting into those discussions, right? Just, ugh. Even if it is like such an easy to, like, the best way I would be able to phrase it, right, is that, like, to some people, something like abortion it shouldn't be a contested subject. It should just be a swing and a miss. Women's right to their own body shouldn't be forced to do anything. Government has no legal right to get involved in that. There are people you would ask to be like, it's not even a discussion, right? And I would probably agree. Like, I personally am on the same side. It doesn't mean it's still not a political issue, right? It's still the kind of issue that a liver probably wouldn't want to get into because it's still a very heated debate. Whether it's strictly political or not, it's still a heated issue that they probably don't want to get into, even if it doesn't, by definition, fall under that blanket term, right? Even if they agree with you, even if it is like a fucking home run of an argument where it's like nobody reasonable person would disagree with you, right? It could be, hey, I think clubbing seals is bad or some shit, right? If it is a heavily debated enough topic, they're still probably not going to get into it. Because, like, it is just a bad time. You're going to put your foot in your mouth. You're going to say something dumb. You're going to fucking make your company look bad. People are going to take it out of context, clip it, put it on Twitter for clout. Like, that's why the rule exists. So people are allowed to have their own space and set their own boundaries and say, hey, in this space, I don't want to engage in that kind of topic. Right? And that is fine. And if you go into that space and deliberately ignore the spirit of the rule and try and engage in a conversation that the liver clearly doesn't want to have, you're a cunt. You're an asshole. It is your fucking fault. I don't care how righteous your cause is. Stop it. Right? And now on Twitter, you're allowed to criticize whoever you want because it's a public space. It's not your own, it's not a private space. You're allowed to say whatever the fuck you want on Twitter. But I don't know, man. Stirring shit like this is, ugh. There's also the whole fucking argument of, like, doing this on Twitter, which is owned by fucking Elon Musk, who is by far from ethical, is a whole thing. And then you get into, like, okay, well, what's the limit? Like, Niji themselves has fucking done sponsorships with McDonald's. Are they also on the blacklist? You're watching a Nijisanji liver. Are you not inherently supporting this blacklisted company? Like, it's a whole fucking argument, and it gets done time and time again of, like, I don't know, man. The shitty thing is that if you look at any products you've bought in the last week, right? Look at your grocery orders, look at your fucking Amazon purchases. Chances are, you've probably bought something that is, like, fed into something else. Fucking look at China, man. There's shit coming out of China about them having, like, fucking concentration camps and breaking basic human rights that we can't look into because China's fucking China, right? And, like, there's a whole thing of, like, they're probably violating human rights. Are you going to just not buy anything from from China? You're going to check every single product you buy and make sure it's not from that country? Just completely write that entire, like, are you going to be fucking checking the processing chain on everything you buy? Like, it is an unrealistic expectation to put on the consumer to constantly like, she probably just likes Starbucks and went and bought Starbucks. It's not a big deal. It is such a fucking Twitter activism moment of people being like, yeah, I put Free Palestine in my Twitter bio and I harassed a Nijisanji member on Twitter. I'm doing my part. Like, bruh, the fucking Palestinian conflict is not going to be solved in Scarla's livestream chat, my guy. I don't know. Fucking, I don't know. You're a minor, so you can't even really donate or do anything. You probably can't fucking get a job. Go play Fortnite or something, bro. What are you doing? Like, if you have a problem, go after the companies, but going after the people buying shit who are just trying to live their life is dumb as fuck. It, like, it annoyed me. It is a dumb expectation to put on people. It is a dumb podium to stand on, right? Here's the thing. I feel like I need that fucking pirate software paint in the background. I feel the need to draw when I'm explaining my point, and I don't know if it's just because I've been seeing his shorts, but the thing I've seen, and I've seen this a lot everywhere on Twitter, not just for this thing, right? But everybody has, like, their subject, right? Their thing, their thing that they focus so hard on. It is their They put it in their Twitter bio, they talk about it all the time. It is their issue. And to them, everybody not talking about it is like, how can you ignore this? How can you ignore this issue that is so important and so like you are part of the problem if you're ignoring it? And they will be like, hey, you're supporting McDonald's, that's feeding into this conflict. Hey, you're supporting Starbucks, that's feeding into this conflict, right? But if you go outside of that, there's about a million other fucking conflicts that you could be looking at that probably the person that is talking originally is feeding into themselves, right? Right? You ask a vegan is going to talk about all the fucking horrific ways animals are treated, right? And to them, that's the issue. That is the big thing, right? And if you are eating meat, if you're buying crops from the wrong place, you are contributing to this, you are a fucking monster. How could you not? That vegan will then go and buy a fucking Starbucks or something and probably contribute to the fucking Palestinian genocide. And they won't see an issue with it because that's not their issue. That's not the thing they're focused on, right? To them, you're a monster for eating meat. But to the person focused on this, to this fucking guy, that person would be a monster because they bought a Starbucks. And then you have about 100 other people all focused on different fucking things that would call you a monster for something you do. The world is too big. There is too much shit. You cannot abide by the rules of every fucking potential issue in the world without pissing someone off. And putting that responsibility on the person, the individual, is unreasonable. And harassing a person for not doing it is fucking insane. And it pisses me off so much, man. It's such a main character thing of like, my issue is the big one, and if you don't like, because like, again, you have the China thing, fucking Russia's still trying to fucking shit on Ukraine, right? And like, so what are you going to track all the gas and oil and shit that you're burning for your electricity and make sure it didn't come from the massive fucking like oil, like natural gas reservoir in there? Are you making sure nothing you do is going to... What about like fucking taxes as well? Like, are you American? Your taxes are going towards your military. Like, is that legal? Where the fuck do you stop? If you sat down and analyzed that, you could rationalize yourself to the point where if you're not living in a forest in the middle of fucking Turkey somewhere, you're probably contributing to some horrific violation of human rights somewhere. It's shit. It sucks. It does. I'm not saying it's a thing we should ignore. I'm not saying that caring is bad or that you shouldn't care about it, but like, for the love of fuck, harassing everybody everywhere for everything they do and implying that the blame is on them is dumb. I don't know. Again, no ethical consumption under capitalism. People use that quote to like discredit the argument now. That's what I see all the time. It's the most annoying thing. I see it from like Tumblr a lot as well, where the moment you bring this argument up, people are like, oh, no ethical consumption under capitalism. It's like, yeah, refute it then. Come up with a counter argument. Use some examples. Use some points. Like, fucking refute the argument. You can't just put no ethical consumption under capitalism in alternating caps lock and be like, yeah, I disprove. No, you didn't. You fucking, where's your... Like, that's not an argument. You're just saying what I'm saying, but in a weird tone. There are 100% issues with this. I'm not trying to discredit the entire issue as a whole, but like attacking the individual at the fucking bottom end of the issue is not the play. I hate Twitter so much sometimes. It makes me so angry. Because some fucking dumbass with a Danganronpa profile picture gets to stand on a fucking podium. And then, yeah, he complained about being harassed, which is like... then there was people in the replies being like, yeah, I hate her. The clip is disgusting. I pray they follow her advantage steps and educate... The whole I hate educate yourself. That is such a triggering thing. Some fucking person up their ass be like, sweetie, you should educate your... No, fuck you. Go fuck yourself. Don't tell me what to do. Like, it is such a up your own ass argument of like, yeah, I'm educated. I know what's best. You don't. You should educate. Like, fuck you. You don't know what I know. You don't know how much I know about this. You have no fucking earthly clue. Scarlett could be the most, like, well, she probably isn't because she said she didn't know in that clip, but the person you argue with could be the most well-researched individual on the planet fucking Earth on this issue and just doesn't want to get into it. Saying educate yourself is just being like, yeah, I know, and you don't, and because you disagree with me, you're obviously dumb, and so I'm just going to tell you to educate yourself. Like, no, fuck you. Fuck you. Dumbass. It is... There's also a bunch of... It's just... This whole situation was dumb. There's people, it does fall under politics. Maybe it's gonna mean fucking Azahara. This all actually feeds back into like a fucking... I posted the tweet before that happened. I've also had memes. I like this meme. I thought this meme was funny. A lot of my memes aren't VTuber related, and those memes people don't like as much, but I like this meme. I took a picture of Phineas Gage and was like, every time I visit a new doctor and they see my medical history. I thought that was a good meme. Fuck you. Matt Pat fucking graduated. I played Gmod. Fuck me, man. I tweet a lot. Nope, that's Oremo. Ignore that. That's the bra tweet. Where the fuck is the question? Where the fuck? Why do I? Oh, this one. This was essentially the tweet I made, right? Why are there so many smaller VTubers who seem to sit waiting for literally any sort of drama to get offended at? Every time there's a dumb cancellation, it's also by saying people that never actually make any content. It's just clout chasing a lot. The term smaller VTuber was probably not the wrong fucking term to use. It probably pissed people off. And Nyara replied being like, I wouldn't say this is exclusive to smaller VTubers, which is right. But the point I was trying to make, yeah, Rima, you did reply. If Nisagi replied to it as well. What I was going for with the whole smaller VTubers is you see people all the time on your timeline that haven't streamed, haven't made content. They have like 800 followers purely from every time a drama happens. They are having the most dogshit takes, right? They're called V-tweeters. I never really recognized that that's what a V-tweeter was, like in terms of how much brain rot they have. But it's more and more I've seen it where it's just the same fucking people making an issue out of everything. Everything you do is an issue. Everything you do is the biggest issue to ever happen. Everything that happens, you're definitely malicious and you're evil, and I'm going to make a quote tweet about it, and you're going to face my Twitter wrath. And it's just... it drags on me, because it's just people that want to be special. They want to be relevant. They want to be important. They want to be in the scene, and they want to be moral, and they want to prove how good they are. So they just take random tweets from people or random events, and they try and prove how good they are by shitting on someone else. And it happened with Bree as well, and that pissed me off. I was already in a pissed off mood because the whole shit with Bree annoyed the fuck out. That was when I made that fucking spicy brain tweet. I made a tweet that I was like, oh brain, you're getting a little spicy again, because I was so fucking annoyed, bro. I had like 5 things happen in a day, and then I went on Twitter and I saw like the Bree thing, and I was just like, Bree, okay. If you saw my quote tweet at the beginning where I was like, my live stream, this was the original thumbnail for this. I didn't use this because I didn't want people actually thinking I was cancelling Bree, because that could happen, and Bree's going through it right now. But Bree essentially, I actually replied to the tweet. That may actually be the best way to find, actually no, because so Bree's privated her Twitter now and has deleted the tweet, right? But there was a tweet, I'm not going to show it. There was a tweet from someone basically screenshotting a like it was a screenshot of a DM, like I think it was a Discord DM of a viewer basically confessing to like having suicidal tendencies and feeling really, really low and reaching out. One of the first exposures to something that's contrary to their beliefs upsets them. That is true as well. You do get a lot of people on Twitter that are very clearly like they've never entered into the real world, and so they see all these people that have slightly different opinions from them, and then they act like they are the scum of the earth. And I mean, when you get a bit older and you go to like work and you have to deal with people, you end up getting a bit of a tolerance, being like, fuck it. I think you just get tired as you get older. Like when you get older, you just realize that you don't have enough energy in a day to get angry at everyone who disagrees with you on everything. So you just like, you sort of learn to tolerate like different opinions. Whereas, yeah, I think you're right. Like nowadays, like you go on Twitter at the age of 14, you're so full of like righteous indignation, and you see one person slightly disagreeing with you, and you're like, I'm going to quote tweet them. It's cringe. But yeah, so there was this tweet from the original person who was like, VTubers are not your therapists. Please don't come into my stream or come into my DMs and trauma dump, right? I'm not going to show it because I do agree that this was a bad thing. It was a screenshot of a DM or a few DMs of this person essentially confessing to having suicidal tendencies, being really, really low, right? It was uncensored. So their actual like name, not their name, but their like Discord name, their identity was just out on Twitter, which I 100% agree is a dog shit thing to do to someone. I don't, even if you censor it, I still think it's a bit sketch to post private DMs like that, like just ignore and block and move on. And if you want to make the tweet about it being frustrating, that's fine. And if you want to give like in quotations example of something someone said to you, I think it's fine. But posting the actual DMs, I feel like is unnecessary. But basically the theme of the tweet was, hey, don't trauma dump to VTubers, they're not your therapist, and that's kind of mentally harmful. Bree quote tweeted that, basically being like, in her usual Bree way, being like, yo, I love it when people come into my chat and talk about not having a girlfriend, and I'm like, yo, probably because you're a fucking loser. Or when people trauma dump in my fucking DMs being like, I don't think life will ever get better, and I'm like, yeah, probably not. I can see why, right? Now, was it the most sensitive of tweets? No, but it was Bree's style of humor. I think it was a case of, that's just how Bree is. If you've ever been in Bree's stream, if you ever talked to Bree, if you ever interacted with her in any way, she is, her entire vibe, her entire joke with chat is, haha, funny, you're a loser, you're watching an anime girl, sucks to be you, dumbass. Like, that is her entire vibe, is that you go into her stream, there's no parasocialism in Bree's chat. It is like the opposite. It's like a toxic relationship kind of thing. It's like so I think Bree saw the initial tweet and was like, yeah, I get DMs like that, let me use this as a launching off point to talk about something I also deal with. It wasn't agreeing with the original tweet. Now, do I think it was a little bit dumb to quote tweet an uncensored Discord screenshot? Yeah, a little bit. Do I think that Bree maliciously went out of her way to do it? No, she probably didn't even fucking read it. Like, again, it wraps back around to this whole thing of like people assuming that every statement everybody makes on Twitter is 100% thought out and maliciously contemplated beforehand. It's just not. Like, most people see a thing and they're like, oh, I have an opinion about that, and they quote tweet it and go on their day. It's not even like a conscious thought. It's like a thing that they were just like, heh, and moved on. Like, but people act like it was a deliberate, malicious attempt to get everybody to feel bad about themselves. And honestly, she was right. Like, trauma dumping is cringe, and doing it to people is emotionally harmful. Like, I get that mental health is a very, very hard thing to deal with, and there are resources available, and you should always reach out for help. But being mentally, like, depressed doesn't give you free reign to just fucking dump on anyone. Like, you don't just get to use the defense of, I'm sad, as like a thing of, oh, well, no, you can't be judged for your actions. No, like, trauma dumping is a very real and very dangerous thing to do because you're offloading your fucking emotional burden onto someone else. Now, if you're close to that person, if you know them, that a lot of time can be okay because it's part of a mutually beneficial relationship. But if it's like your first DM, don't fucking do that. Especially when you talk about potentially committing suicide, because that then puts an immense fucking burden on the person you're talking to, who might now feel like, oh shit, I'm responsible now. If I don't say the right thing, do the right thing, act in the right way, this person might hurt themselves. That's not fair to put on someone else. And most people aren't equipped to deal with that. And they might, rather than doing the smart thing and disengaging from the conversation and blocking you because you're fucking cringe, they might keep engaging with it because, oh God, they don't want to be the reason you hurt yourself. And then you've baited them into a conversation with you that is draining their mental health. I talk to a few VTubers now. I don't mean to brag, but I know a few people, you know, female VTubers especially, I've noticed this with. They get so many fucking DMs, bro. First of all, people just reach out to them off rip. No, like, just to talk. Which I know sounds like me being fucking pretentious, but how dare you reach out to talk? But I'm just saying, man, there are people that like will just reach out to VTubers and just start like DMing them shit about like their day, how they're feeling, asking for therapy, asking for help. And it's like, I'm sorry, bro. I don't mean to do this to you. And some streamers might be cool with it. Some streamers might explicitly be like, yo, this is funny, haha, continue. But most streamers, 9 out of 10 times, don't have the time or the mental capacity to be dealing with your bullshit. That's your bullshit. Like, deal with it yourself or get some fucking friends to deal with it for you. People do it in chat all the time. They go to like a famous streamer's stream about, oh, anime woman, I'm sad. I got fired from my job today. I'm having a hard time. And look, some streamers might lean into that and like help and be like all emotionally supportive, but like a lot of streamers aren't. I'm not. I don't have the fucking emotional capacity to deal with that. What do you want me to say? Rip? Bozo? L? So like, doing that and then going into like DMs and like DMing them and being like, oh, I had this happen to me. Bro, like, you don't even know them. They're not your friend. They're a stranger on the internet that you were DMing and trauma dumping to. And one time, it would be funny, I would probably just ignore it. But like, female streamers especially get this a shit ton because there's a bunch of fucking lonely ass guys out there that see female and are like, oh, you'll talk to me. That reach out and are just immediately trauma dump, and they immediately go for those DMs. And like, so if you're getting those kind of DMs like every single day without fail, that's gonna weigh on you, bro. This is gonna fucking, this is gonna hurt. It's gonna eventually take a toll on your mental health. So trauma dumping isn't this like hee hee ha ha, oh that's so silly kind of thing. It can have a very real mental impact on the people receiving it, especially if they're kind enough to actually engage with you and try and give you help. Like, it's Twitter's listening. Twitter can go fuck itself. Quite frankly, if I wasn't sure that YouTube might get me in trouble, I would tell them to do worse than go fuck themselves. You should go eat uranium.
Penumbra, fuck you.
$10 from Salty
Yo,
Vodka.
Salty, thank you
Pen,
so
please
much.
help. I'm being traumatized by the
I
excessive
know,
cringe in
it's
this
hard.
segment.
Seeing unironic simps is... I get dumped by VTubers and voice chats. Yeah, I'm the opposite. Nobody trauma dumps to me. Wait, I actually replied to that, to Bree's initial tweet. I didn't see a problem with it. I saw it initially. I was like, nobody ever trauma dumps to me. Do I just give off the wrong vibes? Did I bookmark this fucking interaction? There's a bunch of it. I don't know if I bookmarked it or not, though. That's the legal mindset thing. This is Globy. This is NASA's from before. But there was a few tweets that were doing the rounds of people being like, wow, I've lost all respect for Bree. I've lost... I saw someone that was like, as a fellow rigger, I'm ashamed to have her in the community. Is
Penumbra, fuck you.
100 Danish kroner from
Yeah,
Iron
thank you for
Fury
the super chat.
91. Pen, we wish we didn't follow ya.
Yeah,
Leaking
you
facts.
fuckers, unfollow me right now. Thank you for the super chat. Pen replies with fate lore for 5 hours. Yeah, if you trauma dump to me, I will just like reply with fate lore, and then you'll definitely hurt yourself. You had respect for being the first. That was your first mistake. But there, I don't know why YouTube has been recommending college humor old videos to me recently. Probably because I sent Lopi like one fucking video like a few weeks ago. But I got a fucking video recommendation that was like, this disaster is not about you, where it was basically about this fucking stereotypical woman who like constantly tries to make every single bad thing about them. You see that all the time as well in the VTuber community. Bro, people be like, as a fellow rigger, no, that doesn't make you closer to the situation. You know, you get to be more offended because you're also rig models and Bree also rigs models. Fuck off, shut up, you dumb motherfucker. Like, you don't get to be specially and more involved in this situation. No, fuck you. Like, oh, this whole situation was annoying as fuck, bro. She made a tweet. Quote tweeting an uncensored tweet was dumb. I don't think she said anything that bad. She said it in her normal tone. It might have went a bit outside her audience and got a bit beyond, you know, what she was expecting, which happens. It wasn't like glorifying suicide. And if you trauma dump in a VTuber's chat or their Discord or their DMs without their permission, yeah, fuck you. You're kind of the problem. I don't care how sad you are. Like, you don't get to do that. It's not a cool thing to do to someone. Publicly ridiculing specific people is not great because you don't know what will send someone over the edge, but vaguely ridiculing people like Bree did, fuck it, why not? Ugh. I don't know, man. It's just, there's a whole breed of fucking Twitter people that literally make every argument about themselves and are constantly looking for the V-tweeters. They're constantly looking for a new drama to be angry and constantly looking for a new thing to bitch about. And everything is the worst thing, and everybody is literally Hitler because they said one mean tweet one time. Bro, I didn't get this as bad. I don't really get hate, thankfully. I don't know why. I say some wild shit. I tell people to go fuck themselves all the time, but nobody ever makes like a cancellation thread on me. I feel kind of left out. Literally the only time I've ever gotten in trouble on Twitter was with that fucking Vetism tweet, which was equally dumb, but I only got like 3 fucking quote tweets, so it wasn't that big a deal. But like, yeah, people, I remember that. People, Google Docs being worked on, thank you. Okay, yeah, if you guys could cancel me, I'm actually feeling very left out. I didn't make the fucking Nijisanji blacklist either. Like, what's going on? I'm relevant. I'm important. What? Come on, man. Cancel me. I remember that fucking Vetism thing. I'm literally autistic, by the way. Just FYI, in case you weren't aware. And that whole thing was meant to be a thing of like, hey, I like VTubers, I'm autistic. I'm going to name a talk show Vetism because that's me talking about VTubers and being autistic. And I got so many quote tweets of people like, don't you guys think this is ableist? Just another ableist person on the internet treating autism like a joke. And it's like, no, you don't get to be more autistic than me. You don't have more entitlement to the word than I do. Fuck you. Fuck you. You don't get to be more offended. It's not your word. You don't...
$2 from Observer Andrea. Penumbral 2024.
Yo, thank you for the super chat, Andrea.
When?
Literally now. Literally, I'm getting cancelled on Twitter right now. Like, you don't get to... fucking, there's so many autistic people like that. That are like, as someone with autism, it's like, no, you fucking...
$10 from
Yo,
Salty
Salty, thank you for the
Falter.
super
I
chat.
will say, you have the remarkable ability to be a newstuber and not really piss anybody off. I know
I
False
just,
would
I think
kill
it's
for
just because
that.
the shorts are like in their own isolated world where people don't really associate me with them, so I don't get the... People see them, but nobody is like, oh, fuck the shorts guy. Way less people see these streams. And I don't think anyone really has an axe to grind against me, so it's kind of based. But yeah, thankfully I'm kind of in the middle. Nobody really has an issue with me, which is kind of... I want Twitter beef, come on, man. But, man, I don't know. The autism thing annoys me. Every fucking Twitter thread has some dumb cunt that's like, as someone with autism, it's like, bro, you're in the VTuber community. 90% of people on here have autism. Fuck off. Like, you don't get to be specially offended. You don't have any special experience that makes you unique in this situation. You are acoustic. That person there, they're also acoustic. Everyone in this fucking thread, also acoustic. You're not special. You don't get a trophy. You don't get a ribbon. You're a pain in the ass. But yeah, no, you get a lot of that on Twitter. It's a lot of those types of people that just really, really want to be important and really, really want to be special, and so they complain about things to make themselves look good, but really they're not that relevant at all. She's being actually artistic. Oh, so yeah, Lopi asked on the Vtism. Lopi, you were on the next Vtism episode. We agreed that you were coming on for the resurgence of Vtism. You agreed to that. You signed a contract that said I get 12 months of your salary as well if you cancel it. Yeah, Lopi and I were like, what if we just had a stream where we can just hyperfixate on a random topic for like 30 minutes each, back and forth, and call it Vtism, because it's actually us being fucking autistic. So Lopi can rant about Overwatch lore and her love for Junkrat for 30 minutes, and then I'll go in a deep dive on Fate lore for 30 minutes, and no, you guys aren't allowed to leave. Once you click into the stream, you're here. You can't leave. You're locked in. Ability to learn about the Omnic Crisis. Oh, I am actually, because I learn every time we play Overwatch. I learn like a different hyperfixation of yours about the Overwatch lore. So I'm slowly piecing it together. But it'd be nice to have a chronological account. How long are medieval fighting tactics? Well, that or like uranium or like radiation or science or biochem or fate lore or... What else am I acoustic about? You guys want to talk about Minecraft mods for 30 minutes? I've played a lot of Minecraft mods. I could tell you the exact process of mechanism getting 5 times ore production. Is that... You want that? Also, it'd be an excuse for Lopi to actually stream again, because... Well, she wouldn't be streaming, but she'd be on here. That's the plan. This challenge is going to be Lopi not dying for however long a stream is. Which is unlikely, knowing her. Truth about eating uranium, you gain infinite calories. I mean, by eating uranium, you gain no calories because you die immediately. Although, eating uranium is actually probably the only way it's dangerous to you, because it emits alpha radiation, which means unless you actually inhale it, it's probably not that bad for you. Can you explain Create Mod to me? We are literally playing Create Mod right now. It's actually going so well. Oh, Lopi, I forgot to maintain your relationship with the quail. They're back. I'm sorry. I tabbed out and I didn't realize. I forgot. And so I came back, I was dead, and the quail are back at... Yeah, I also had to kill one because it got old and wasn't laying eggs or doing anything, so I was like, yum yum. It's winter. We have no food. The quail are gonna... Yeah, the quail hate you. Fucking deal with it. Maybe if you didn't die, they'd have still loved you. Have you ever considered that? I can't be... I made a bloomery. I'm making steel. I'm making iron. I'm making plays. You are the animal fucker. Wait, no. Well, you might be that as well, but that wasn't what I meant. Like, your job is to deal with the animals, and you didn't do that. You abandoned them because you had quote-unquote health issues, or, oh, Pen, I feel like I'm dying. Weakness. Weakness and excuses. I would simply parry the pain. What sort of farm is this? It's a Lopi farm. Don't worry about it. Lopi is certainly. Oh, should we get back to the news? I'm waiting for a very angry DM from Lopi being like, "Yo, Pen, shut the fuck up." Let's move on to the news. I'm dying laughing, right? You see, Lopi, the problem with you is that when you say you're dying laughing, that could actually be an accurate summation of what's going on. If you laugh too hard, you will actually just pass away. Also, I think of the 16 months. Holy shit. Yeah, Lopi, quit trauma dumping. Just live. Just parry the pain. Where are we? What were we doing? We did that. We talked about Ellie's donathon. I talked about the whole Brie thing. I think we've covered like all of the like fucking news. We just have some quick shit to go over. Mods, crush his balls. Mr. Electric, take him to the principal's office and have his balls crushed. Idol Genesis technically happened this week, not last week. I mean, I can show you it. Like, Idol Genesis announced, which seems to be Nikki and Kat like having a rebrand, not a rebrand, but like a resurgence kind of thing. So there's also like all of the fucking their accounts and shit are all like glitched as fuck. I am going through the Idol Corp following list to find their VTubers. I am following them, but I also follow everybody else. Shout out to Kai, she follows me back. She's a real one. Every other Idol member hates me, confirmed. I'm joking, I'm not one of those people. I don't need a Twitter thread written about me because I shamed people. Kai's a light mode user, which, yes, a little bit cringe. But she's also... Look, I gotta take what I can get. Where the fuck is... Okay, I can't find... I don't want to search it because then you guys will see my Twitter search history and it's literally just me looking up news, but in the dumbest way possible. I can do it on another tab, actually. I'm so smart. Look, Kai might be a light mode user, I know, and she might also have Twitter Blue, which is also cringe. Does the rest of Idol have Twitter Blue? Do I need to stage like an intervention? Do I need to expose all of Idol for having Twitter Blue? Poco does. Oh god, wait, this might be an epidemic. Alright, I figured out what drama I'm going to get into. I'm going to expose the entirety of Idol for having Twitter Blue. You know, I really liked Idol. I thought they were unproblematic. I thought they were actually like the one best VTuber agency. Turns out they pay for Twitter. And so I will now be distancing myself forever and never talking about them again. And also writing a Google Doc about how much they suck. Getting Twitter Blue is an inexcusable offense. How dare you? What was I doing? Oh yeah, Cat Arena. Yeah. Genesis, I think it's Kat and Nikki's like rebrand thing. Idol did scare the fuck out of me with this post though, with the white background, black text. I was like, no. But no, it was... I didn't know, I think they deleted all their fucking posts though, like, which was kind of cringe. Like, I don't know if they're coming back or if they've permanently deleted them, but like they've... Kat also follows me, she's also very cool. It's kind of unfortunate because like there were some cool interactions there, but it would be nice to maintain. But I don't know, maybe they'll come back when the I don't know, they might be deleted forever. I know it's meant to be like a complete rebrand and stuff, but Kat and Nikki are both incredibly unfucking hinged. Like, they were actually the first people I interacted with in Idol, like back when I was like starting ages ago. And I was like, wow, Idol is wow, holy shit. And then I was like, wait, no, the rest of them are, some of them are normal, but then but not these two. These two are, they're a little quirky. They're very funny though. So I think they're both, I don't know if they're getting like new models or new outfits or if they're just, I don't know, but it seems cool. Normal, which one? Don't ask questions you don't want the answer to. Is there a completely sane member of Idol? Everyone I think of has had their moments. Juno's... Is she sane? I don't know. Is she the most sane? Maybe. Roka is pretty sane. Yeah, you know, you're right. Juna's not sane, but like, I'm comparing her in my head to like Poco, which, you think Poco's sane? Ren is British, by definition not sane. No, guys, Yuko's the most sane. Guys, it's definitely Yuko. Guys, I'm not coping. Yuko's so sane. Guy, I've never seen Yuko do anything unhinged, and nah, she's definitely not had some wild as fuck hand cam streams that have made me question my sanity. Nah, she's I love Idol, man. They're all so cool. I actually have a soundboard. Do you guys want to hear a soundboard? Wait, can I play sound? Wait, no, Discord is in streamer mode. If I play soundboards in streamer mode, does it still play? Can you guys still hear it? I don't want to hop. Okay, where do I fucking hop into to test the soundboard? I could hop into a fucking thing in my... See, the problem is if I hop into a VC in my Discord server, the mods could probably also hop in, and I don't want to deal with them right now. We have a soundboard that is just Pochi saying "Holy shit, just please shut up." It's probably one of my favorite soundboards. It is great, incredible. My dream as a content creator is to one day use it on her. Just modest pen. Okay, look, hang on. I will be... You can preview sounds in the voice tab. Wait, can you? Voice and video. Soundboard? Wait, use a sound. Entrance sounds. Change oh wait, shit, yeah. Wait. Where is it? It's in my server somewhere. Wait, this is great. This is incredible.
Holy shit, just please shut up.
What is that melody?
Number 19, Mouse in Baked Beans.
There are some... I need to be careful. There are some wild fucking soundboards on here. You're so dumb? Yeah, that's pretty sus of you to say, Luffy. Bum bum. We play that every time Luffy's in the server. It's great. We've kind of fucking Pavloved her into singing along to it now. It's kind of great. Hey chat, do you guys want to should I just have this on loop forever now? Luffy seems to really like it. Luffy seems to really love it. And yeah, oh sorry, yeah. What is this? Luffy, what is funny roll? Nah, I'm gone. Bye. Bye. I can't believe you fucking did that to me. This is the worst timeline. This is... Lopi, you're banned from life. I'm flying over to your country and killing you. Why do you have that in your fucking server? What else is in here? Ow! My ears! Why are your soundboards so loud? I did not roll myself. Fuck you.
Skill issue.
Oh, goodbye, I'm rather crazy, and I never thought I was crazy.
What? Lopi, first of all, I was going to get me copyright striked. Second, why is that in your...
Be advised, I'm a racist. car.
Okay, there you go. I'm a race car. Congrats, Luffy. Sorry. What else is in here? Sorry, we're not just looking at soundboards. I'm sorry. I apologize. Fucking... Your mods added it because you always sing it in karaoke, and I vetoed them adding my version. What? Mod Micro. Micro's here, right? Micro, find Lopi's version, add it to our soundboard so I can play it. Thank you. You don't have to do it like right now, but like for next stream. This is VTuber news. It's Lopi getting bullied. Okay, I don't want to play anything from fucking Heavenly server. It will have like a racial slur in it and I'll get banned. I can't, I'm sorry. It'll probably be funny, but I can't. Heavenly, I can't, I'd feel like that's just asking to get in trouble.
That's a joke, right? Please tell me that's a joke.
We have so many fucking VTuber. What is running?
Why are you running?
Oh.
Why are you gay?
Penumbral, fuck you.
Yo, guest star, false ID. How you doing, man? There's so many in here. Okay, sorry, I'm moving on, but I would get distracted by my own soundboard for a while. I'm not doing it anyway. Look, I know what the Heavenly server, I almost got fucking in trouble because, well, I think I was drunk, but I was fucking... I said the name of his server on stream and people were like, yo, you can't say that. And I was like, why? I'm not repeating it. I'm not making the same mistake again. Yeah, no. Heavenly, good way to get in trouble. Very funny guy, though. Where are we? We were doing like news or something, right? Oh, he's changed now. I think. What is it? I think it's called. Yeah. Okay. I think they were debating calling it Cum Divers because we play Helldiver, or they play Helldivers a lot. I've yet to play Helldiver. I haven't yet. I think that got vetoed for somehow a worse name. I'm probably gonna get in trouble for leaking the fucking state secrets. Sorry, Heavenly. If you're saying this, you're really cool. And I'm definitely not leaking anything important. Names change. They do change frequently. The current one is certainly something. That's for sure. Okay, where were we doing? What were we doing? Your mom. Oh yeah, the Narissa Iron Speak of the Devil got rescheduled to I think the 22nd of March. So it was meant to be like yesterday, but it wasn't. Let's see, what else is here? Iris had her 1 million subs and her B-Day 3D live. I somehow last week missed Bae dropping. I saw Bae drop her album. I listened to the songs, but it didn't make it into my fucking notepad, so I didn't mention it, even though I saw it. But yeah, Bae dropped her like first ever like album, like her full original album, and had her birthday is the 29th of Feb. So she had like her only like once in 4 years birthday and a 3D live for it. So it was cool. You should go listen to her songs. Callie also dropped a new original song called Overkill. You should go listen to. Booby and Mouse dropped a new fucking song. Is it called like Devil? Devil's? Something like that. It was fucking great. I've listened to it like 4 times now. It was really, really good. I actually really like it. Let's see, what else is in here? Penumbral moment. Everything's a penumbral moment. My entire life is one big penumbral moment. Fuck you. Yeah, we talked about the Mamarissa collab last week, right? I know she met Bee-Boo and shit. Fillion reached 1 billion views, really? That's wild. I've not seen why Narissa would have an empty schedule, I don't know. Mousie's concert was last week, Satan Gang. Animus reviewing. Yeah, I saw Animus asking for like VTuber designs. I don't really submit myself to those kind of designs because I don't like interacting with people. I am socially anxious. I played TT. I don't know if you guys know Trouble in Terrorist, and I played that the other day on Twitch. It was really fun. I I want to apologize to Rexon for gaming too hard. Rexon and I have like opposite brains, right? Rexon's really, I don't know if you guys know Rexon, you probably do. I've collabed with him a few times. Like, Rexon has such a strong content brain. Rexon would throw his own fucking firstborn out of a window if he thought it would make a good clip. Like, when it comes to throwing for content, Rexon is incredible. Rexon, there's no game Rexon wouldn't throw for content. He is willing to just get pounded if it means making a funny haha Twitch clip, right? My fatal flaw as a content creator is that I am unwilling to do that. I need to win. Which means I sometimes game a little too hard. I'd like to apologize to Rexon for murdering him incredibly frequently yesterday. Oh, there was a very funny moment I saw someone clipped where there was a moment where Suika died and he's like, Rexon, this is why you have -4 points and Pen has 54. It was a good time. Would recommend. Fun. Oh my god, I have a VOD channel. Okay, I've now remembered I have a VOD channel. The VOD will be up. Maybe. Or, I mean, it should still be up on Twitch if you want to. There you go. Plugging myself. I will try and remember to upload it to VOD. The VOD is still up on Twitch because it was only like yesterday or 2 days ago. It was fun. It was really fun. Lobby was there. She was gaslighting as per usual. And Katie was there. Katie's really cool. I've interacted with Katie like twice now. Once in Pixelmon and once in DTD, and both times she has been like the coolest person ever. He's great. What was I doing before I started gushing about? It was organised by Fufu as well, which was really cool of her to invite me. I have a VOD channel that I haven't uploaded to in like 5 months because I'm the worst and I suck and my Twitch streams are very infrequent and so I forget I don't have a schedule. I am hoping to try and get my schedule sorted so I'm posting and VODing more regularly. But I said that at the start of the year and I have yet to make any progress towards it, so, you know, don't hold your fucking breath. Although, some Giga Chad gave me like a $50 super thanks in my indie VTuber experience video earlier today, so now I feel obligated to make some form of content. Because that guy complimented me on my content, which was cool of him. But now I'm like, okay, I should actually make some. So I do have a video in the works. I have 2, actually. I'm not sure which one I'm going to go for yet. I have the script written for one of them. I need to ask some people if they're cool with them. But yeah. Let's see. Rainy. You might know Rainy. Rainy is a VTuber who she has like a duo channel. And Uniho both graduated this week. I don't know what to say about graduations a lot of the time. Because, like, I don't want to say, like, I'm sad that they're gone, obviously, but, like, if they're choosing to move on with, like, whatever they're doing, that's a good thing. So I'm like, I never know what to say, but, like, they're gone. So Rexon mode, as long as Rexon loses, I'm happy. Yeah, Rexon's chat dunks on him a lot. Rexon's a cool guy. We murder each other viciously on stream, but Rexon's invited me to a lot of stuff. He's really cool. He's really fun. Again, his content brain makes for great gaming experience. Let's see. I talked about that. Oh yeah, Rikami. Bro, Rikami and fucking Fox Plushie both got new models, and they are both mwah. Like, okay, I could probably show you. Okay, they were both like so good, such good models. I actually want to look at who did like Rikami's model. It was intended for certain audiences. Yeah, you're goddamn right. It was. Why did it? Why? Okay, someone riddle me this. Are there any like fucking Twitch engineers in chat? Probably not. Why does sometimes when I click on Twitch on my computer does it go to the mobile site? What a frame to fucking drop in on, hey. But, you know, Rikami's new model is fucking goated. It is cool as shit. Foxy's is also really, really cool. I assume you guys know Fox Plushie. She's cool. Her new model is very Very safe for work. Very. I definitely can show it on YouTube and not. Well, I guess we've already established that fucking Twitch, YouTube demonetizes all of my shorts on my streams anyway. So fuck it. Why not? Foxy's new model is also really cute. It is. I've always loved Foxy's models, man. They're so like soft looking. I don't know how to describe it. They look like, I feel like if Comfy was a model, it'd be Foxy's. They always look, I don't know what the word is, but it's like comf personified. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, there you go. There's the new debuts. Is that everything? Maybe. I think it's everything. I don't think I've. Oh wait, the Rooster Teeth stuff. I put Ruby in the thumbnail because I thought it'd be funny, but like the Rooster Teeth stuff technically isn't VTuber news, but Rooster Teeth is shutting down, which is wild because Rooster Teeth has been around for. I think Rooster Teeth is probably. Wait, I think they're like the same age as me. No, they're slightly younger than me. I'm old. Oh no. Lopi, they're older than Lopi. Lopi's only 12. Lopi's age is inverted. Lopi, it's gonna be another thing I have to explain to her. Every time I make a reference, Lopi's like, I don't know, I didn't watch that. Oh, I didn't get that. Because she's like a child and she doesn't know any references that weren't released in the last 5 years. Because if it wasn't around for fucking Fortnite to collab with them, she doesn't know it. So I'll have to sit down and explain Rooster Teeth to her one day. But yeah, bro, fucking Rooster Teeth being gone is wild. Also, Ruby is now, I guess, not a thing, which is, I don't know if that's good or bad, because Ruby was kind of going downhill, but also it means we now, I don't know if they're going to release, like, the plot. I need to know what they were planning. Some of their decisions that they made with the writing of Ruby, I need to know what crack they were on, where I'm like, okay, where were you going? You need to tell me. I don't care if you animate it, just tell me. Fair, Rooster Teeth has been going through it. They've had like so many controversies in the past few years, so I don't know if they're planning on like selling the IPs and then other people will continue it, or if it's just going to be like gone. The Ruby VTuber is still going. I don't know if they're planning to keep going even after Rooster Teeth died. I don't know what the legality of that situation is. I guess we'll see. It's not really, again, VTuber news, but it is here. I did see the Genesis. Wait, Genesis trailer? Is that different from the thing that was posted earlier today? Oh, don't go to my main page. Is that different from the thing we just looked at? Because we looked at the Idol Genesis. Oh yeah, the Holocure, the new. I want to play this on stream. Hollow Break. I'm not great at beat 'em ups, but it'd be fun. I'm trying to sell Ruby reversibility other animation. Okay, cool. Let me just quickly check on Idol to see if it's a new thing they've dropped or if it's the old thing that we already watched. Oh no, this was 11 minutes ago. I don't know if we can watch it or if they're... But they are confirming. Announced the upcoming debut of Genesis featuring the reimagining of Katarina Cutie and Nikki Ray. Kat and Nikki. March 17th. So in about 6 days. So wait, fuck. Hang on. Wait. Shit. March 17th is a Sunday. PST. Fuck me. Hang on. PST. GMT. GMT is 7 hours ahead of PST. So this is what, 5 p.m. my time? Which is fine, actually. I normally stream at 9 p.m. my time, so I have time. Thank God. Oh, this is actually happening just before I start making the short. So I have time to feature it and get clips from their debuts for my short. That's actually really considerate of them. It's so clear Idol did that specifically so that I could be better off. You know, it's really cool of them. Idol, thank you for that. I did have to slide them a 20 under the table, but it's cool that they took it under consideration. Yeah, so Kat's getting a reimagining and Nikki's getting a redesign. So imagine reimagining is just like maybe like a new model or like a brush up or something, whereas a redesign might be like a completely different persona. I don't fucking know, actually. Is she... Yeah, because she's now... Was that always her Oshi mark? The hammer? Or is that just like because she's under construction right now? Wait, does Kat also have that? Kat does not have that. Kat has the heart. I swear... Fucking, I thought Nikki was more like, I thought Nikki's was like a guitar, but I might have been tripping. Mechanical engineer, has she always been, I think she has, hasn't she? Because I vaguely remember, I think she used to tweet about like fucking, am I gonna have to, I'm sorry, it's not, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't look at people's like design, like when I interact with them, I just interact with them like, I know what they look like from their model, but I don't look at like, I'm a spacefaring engineer person. I like, it's too much information. I don't memorize Oshi marks either. What was that fucking notification by the way? Sorry, I was tabbed out. Yo, Melody, thanks for the 13 months, man. Holy shit. The membership. Yeah, no, her emoji used to be the sun. So, yeah, she's like, I think just having a... What? Her nickname was Nuke. So yeah, I don't know, but she might be having like a completely new like redesign, new like lore and everything. Cool. Let's see. Ooh. No. Is it twin tails if they're braids? Wait, there's text there. But it's... I can only... Enhance. Why is it in 270p? I would say like a cupcake. Oh, there's Nikki. Why? Why is it... Why am I getting 3 pixels? Fearless Mafia Boss. You're the biggest heist of the century. So scared. What? Is this a me issue or is it... Is it like this for everybody? Am I just having a skill issue? I might be having a skill issue. Why? Can I please, sir? Can I have some more pixels? You're not a blue check mark, bro. Is this why Idol is requiring their fucking talents to get blue check marks? Because it's they cut you off from pixels, 1 pixel per person. Is there? Where's Idol's YouTube page? Generational feature talents previously known as Idol Origin, fully reimagined under the Idol EN. Oh, because they're integrating them into the Idol EN. That's good. Because they were kind of, they were definitely like off on like their own little like thing, so it's cool that they're integrating them. Fuck you, Luffy. Not actually, you have your animals for that, but like, metaphorically. Me? One guide? Never. I would never get one guide. Me? Nah. Oh, so yeah, Nico, thank you for the 6 months. Membership. It might be up on YouTube. Anyway, there you go. Redesign, review is cool. It'll be just before my stream. Well, not just before, but a few hours before my stream next Sunday, so I'll have a chance to watch it. Thank you, Idol. I'm glad that 20 bucks went a long way. Oh yeah, I saw Momo returned as well. I think Salty put a summary of that in the Discord. I tend to avoid reporting on like personal issues if I can. Like if somebody's getting dragged on Twitter, I'll report on it. But like if it's just like they were sick or they had pet issues or something like that, or family member issues, I tend to avoid it just because I figure everybody who is a fan of them and following them already knows, and there's no real need to spread it outside of their personal fan base, if that makes sense. It's just like a personal thing. I don't know. I might report that they came back from hiatus in the short, but I won't necessarily get the reasons. Okay, I think we're done. I'm sorry for the tangents, Midge. I don't know, we kind of went off on a little soundboard adventure. VOD Gang. Oh my god, I forgot to do timestamps for the entire stream. VOD Gang, I am so sorry. Chat, come up with something for VOD King to put in the comments. I need an apology. I need to apologize to VOD Gang. If you made it this far without timestamps, first of all, I'm very sorry.
$20 from Salty Falter.
Yo.
And here's my 20 bucks bribing you to raid Kai after
Thanks
the
for
stream
the
because
thanks for
I'm too lazy to click over.
Don't worry, I'll drive you over. I'll give you a lift. I'll give you a little piggyback over to Kai. So we can raid Kai. That's fine. VOD Gang, if you're here without timestamps, I'd like you to each comment 1 pixel. Together, we will make an HD video. Everybody just, I don't know, like just everybody just put one full stop. YouTube will probably be like, yo, your video's getting spammed. Don't worry, chief. We banned everybody who commented it. But it'd be funny. So maybe do that. Or just be like, hey, have a pixel. Together we will get one whole HD video. We're gonna raid into Kai. Kai's cool. Kai, I like Kai. Kai, Kat, and Nikki, the idol members that follow me, are based. Everyone else is cringe. I am joking. For someone Rin fucking like tears my throat out for being cringe and begging for followers on Twitter. That is pretty cringe. It's ironic though. It's ironic cringe. Which is somehow worse. Where's Kai? She's playing Persona 3. Oh my god. Okay, why is it sometimes when I'm streaming, there's like nobody to raid into? None of my friends are live. But then sometimes I stream and like 10 of them are live. We're gonna raid into Kai because Idol bribed me. Slightly bribed me. I haven't raided into Kai for a while anyway. What do we want to, don't spam full stop in Kai's chat, please. She will think I'm a spammer and she will probably hate me for fucking dumping you guys on her. What do we say to Kai? Someone come up with a raid message. Light mode raid? But I hate light mode. She's gonna be like, oh my god, fellow light mode enjoyer, and I'm gonna be like, nah, I fucking hate it actually. You do dark mode raid. I love Kai. Kai's great. Yeah, do dark mode raid. Dark mode raid full stop. Not even exclamation mark. Dark mode raid full stop. Okay, actually chat, you decide. If you want to be light mode or dark mode, you get to choose. You choose which raid you are. You can either be light mode or dark mode. You get to decide. We're talking about Nikki because the idol's having a re-debut thing. It's on their Twitter if you want to go look it up and not rewatch the VOD. Alright, we are raiding into Kai, and I will see you guys next week. Well, I'll be live on Twitch probably during the week sometime, maybe. But if not, I'll see you Sunday. Don't grey mode. Okay. I'll catch you guys over there. Bye.